In this version of ShopClock, the options controlling how lunches, breaks, clock-out errors, and payroll items are handled can be applied to individual departments and shifts. So most of the setup is done in the Department tab. Departments are listed in the grid at the top. New departments are added in the bottom row of the grid and then sorted by name when the grid is saved by clicking on an adjacent row. When a department is selected, the bottom part of the work area displays the shift settings for that department. Every department must have at least one shift. To enable the second and third shifts, just click on the corresponding checkboxes. You can name each shift and specify when it starts and ends. Overtime rules for the departments are selected from the drop-down in the grid. Unlike ShopClock 4, which is limited to a small set of predefined payroll items, ShopClock 4 Plus uses your existing payroll items. Managed time payroll items like vacation, sick, PTO, holiday, salary, and bereavement hours can be entered for each department. If your payroll system doesn't differentiate between departments for these payroll items, then enter the same payroll items in each department. Payroll items for regular, overtime, and double overtime hours can be different for each department and shift. The lunch and break tracking options work exactly like they do in ShopClock 4, except that they can be different for every department and shift. Our new Snap To feature is designed to solve the problem of employees arriving a few minutes early, clocking in, and then getting prepared for work by having a cup of coffee. Okay, so a whole cup of coffee may be an exaggeration, but without constant harping, this prep creep seems to just grow and grow. The solution is our Snap To feature. When the Snap To feature is enabled for the start of a shift and the employee clocks in early, ShopClock automatically snaps the time ahead to the start of the shift. This is a great option because it painlessly enforces the no early clock-in policy, while allowing the employees the freedom to clock in a little bit before the shift starts. The Snap To option can also be applied to the end of a shift. In this case, if the employee clocks out after the shift is ended, the time is snapped back to the end of the shift. If you are not using the Snap To option for the end of the shift, you need to provide a grace period. If the employee clocks out after the shift ends, but within the grace period, no questions are asked. But if they clock out after the grace period is expired, a clock out error occurs to alert the supervisor, and the employee is clocked out at the same time they were clocked in, thus giving them no hours for that session. And they are asked why they worked so late, and the answer is stored in an admin note. Later, the administrator can review the note and, if he wishes, approve the overtime. If you are using the same shift settings for each department, you can set up the shifts on one department and then copy that to all of the other departments by clicking on the Synchronize button. After the departments have been set up, return to the Add Edit Select Employee grid and assign each employee to their home department. Then click on the Edit Position button and add any departments in which that employee is allowed to work. That's about all there is to setting up the departments and shifts.